What do you think you were listening to? You think it was a clarinet? You think it was a saxophone? No, it's a plumber phone. A plumber phone is PVC that wants to be a saxophone. What are you hearing right now? Do you think it's a clarinet? No, it's not. It's a bed poster phone. All right, what do you think this sounds like? Do you think it's a cello? Well, no, it's a bass harp. When it's made from a garbage can, 2x4 and parachute cord nylon playing strings. I'm Abu the Flutemaker, but I don't just make flutes, I make all types of musical instruments out of any and everything that makes noise. When I'm at the farmers markets, I have a drum circle for children. Usually, the farmers market is not a big joy for children. They walk around with their parents, watch them shop. But now, they want to go to the farmers market so they can play some music. I try to encourage them to think outside the box. Don't just see things for what they are, but what they can be. I recycled this drum from an army helmet, and I put goat skins on them, and the children play them. I just love music, and I love playing music, and I love creating instruments to play music with. This horn is made from a table lamp and a bicycle horn. I was playing this downtown one day as a street musician, and a little girl walked past with her mother, and she said, "Mommy, Mommy, look, he playing the toilet."
I'm really grateful to have my grandfather in my life. My grandfather is the most creative person I know. It's really inspiring just seeing how he does things and thinking about, like how could I do this and how could I create my own instrument? It's really cool working with my grandfather and just crafting things, inventing things, putting things together. I was really excited to do this apprenticeship because I feel like there's nobody like my grandfather. He's always an advocate for chasing your dreams and not limiting yourself.
A lot of people ask me, how did I get into music and things like this, right? I was adopted when I was young. I always, when they would ask me what I wanted for my birthday, I would name an instrument. I would say, I want a drum. They said, no, you don't need no drum, you need some shoes. I took and made do, took that oatmeal box and turned it into a drum. I started turning a lot of other items into things to play. I had a creative skill. I could see things in things that wasn't what they were made to be. Walk through my house, you look like it's a junkyard, but all of the junk is musical. Music is healing, music is medicine. You know, music is good for the soul and the spirit and the mind and the health all the way around. What I'm about to tell you may sound cold, but the story of the baby thrown away was never told. A mother threw a baby in the trash. A passerby heard the baby cry. He knew he had to hurry, or this baby just might die. A couple showed up eager to adopt. The woman said, "I'll be his mother." Man said, "I'll be his pop." As years went by, they showed it no concern. And when he entered into school, he found it hard to learn. His self-esteem had fallen to a low. To a shelter he would go. Now the people in the shelter showed him love. Yes, they did. And they told him there'd be many blessings coming from above. It didn't take him very long to realize his many gifts. From broken objects people threw away. His imagination taught him how to make things he could play. The music that was once a pile of trash has been recycled into instruments he plays to earn some cash. A pile of cans to him became his horn. And from the trash can they were in, the first bass harp was born. He takes his shows to schools, both near and far. His audience amazed at what they've seen. And every time they clap their hands, it raised my self-esteem. I'm delighted when I see the children smile and hope that I'll inspire another little treasure child. One man's junk is another man's treasure, child. So that's why they asked me what got me into doing what I'm doing and why I do it. Because it was a blessing. And I feel like the good Lord gave everybody a gift, a talent, a skill. But everybody's gift haven't been unwrapped. Hey. One day while I was moving, I broke a looking glass. Now I didn't want anybody to get cut, so I picked it up real fast. Each piece I placed upon my hand produced a different sound. I heard a bit of music when that mirror hit the ground. So I cut each piece into a bar. I placed them on a track. Looked like I made myself a xylophone from a mirror that was cracked. Oh, praise be to God, was all that I could say. For see what my two hands have made out of what people threw away. I've been working with my grandchildren. One of my grandsons is a very serious musician. Right now, we're making a celestial phone. And I call a celestial phone a xylophone made out of mirrors. And I showed him the process of cutting the glass and how to tune it.
This is a miniature version of his glass xylophone that he showed me how to make. Music has always been my passion, even when I was little, just always being surrounded by music and musicians like my grandfather. I really love being immersed in the music. I love the journey that it can take you on. It's really gratifying playing something that you took time and care to make. It's really cool seeing the impact that he's had on Baltimore and his community. My grandfather's shows are really important for people to see because it just shows people that no matter your circumstances, you could really make something positive.
I was working with children for 52 years. I was in a supermarket, and a little girl said, "Mommy, he was at my school." And the mother said, "Yes, he was at my school too. When I was in elementary school, he came to my school too." I love doing what I do. I just hope it's been useful and helpful to other people. I hope they can see it as an example and move forward with their life doing something creative.